What's up guys, it's that Panda Guy. I'm here again with another video, and today we're going to be covering the drama of 274 as well as 131, a little bit of that because I don't have like a ton of knowledge on it, but I do have accounts from people that can kind of explain the story. 274 I definitely know a lot more about, and I just got asked to do a video on this. I definitely thought it was something that I should cover and just stuff like that, okay? I'm also going to be showing receipts in this video because if I don't, I'm going to be called a liar. It's really crazy because like if you're even critical of these guys, or you can like point out stuff that's just against like what they're saying, or just saying stuff that they don't like to hear, you're gonna be called a hater, you're gonna be called a liar, you're gonna be called someone who just like is just hating on them, right? And it's crazy that people are actually defending this stuff, especially when you have solid pictures you can use and be like, oh yeah, this is exactly what they said. Oh yeah, this is literally what they said their intention was. Oh, this is exactly why they said this, whatever, right? And it's just so crazy to me. I'll be giving a timeline to the best of my ability and tell you guys exactly how things unfolded. So basically what happens is, ANCS players or former ANCS players who I guess migrated to region 290, a few of them migrated to 274, which includes Pickle, includes Blue, and a few other players, right? And their intention were top commander rewards as well as dark seal rewards. And that in itself, I actually personally don't care too much. I mean, like, I would rather, people obviously aren't like, going to other regions to take their rewards, but it is what it is, right? People are going to do that no matter what. And it just, happens. So seen by the end of the event, they had gotten their rewards and stuff. And from what I heard, they plan to go to 290 right after getting their stuff. But I guess someone from Vin, which was, the Alliance help that I guess a lot of people saw, right? Like it was just renamed to help, which kind of made me laugh. But it was Vin, basically one of the players ended up insulting, Pickle or Blue or whatever. And I will say personally, I don't think that's cool. I think people should just like actually calm down. Like it's a game at the end of the day, and insulting people isn't really going to get you anywhere. It's not really the coolest thing to do, and it's just really offensive, right? So I don't defend that. But the fact that you think that you coming to this region, taking their rewards, and then them insulting you, right, for doing so was a justifiable reason to overturn the region, like, being unwilling to take, oh, sorry, this happened. And I will say, people get like mad in the heat of the moment. I've had multiple people kind of insult me before over just randomly fighting them in island, or like, hitting their farms or whatever, right? And, a lot of the time they'll apologize, or sometimes they'll apologize and be like, yeah, that was inappropriate of me, etc., right? These guys were unwilling to talk it out with these guys, I'm pretty sure. Like they just wanted the guy kicked. They just wanted him kicked. And honestly, given the fact that you're not even from this region, you literally came here specifically to take top commander rewards, is crazy that these guys are like threatening to come, like, I guess like start a war over the fact of this insult. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. That's kind of my take there. Some people might think differently, but I'll show you guys screenshots that kind of just confirm this, and I'll elaborate more on other screenshots that I'll show here. So here you're going to see the reason is definitely, over them being insulted. And like I said, that is insane to me. That's justifiable to burn down another region and dismantle it. I'm not going to act like I know the inner works of the alliances within the region, how happy they are with the leadership, etc. But the fact that you're willing to step in and do all this stuff, you are considered invaders burning down the region, right? And I don't understand this because you'll see H&B later come in and help them, like, quote, invade the region. Like, it's literally that. You're going to see H&B come in and help invade the region. And it's crazy to me that these guys are trying to defend it by saying, oh, Boone started it. Oh, Boone came in first. Like, what? Another thing, apparently when Save Me came to help or whatever, I think he got messaged by H&B. I might be wrong, but from what I heard, he ended up saying, oh, this is between Boone and H&B, right? What the heck about this is between Boone and H&B? Wasn't H&B's whole point about defending regions? The second Boone defends a region, they're saying, oh, this is personal. Maybe they just wanted to fight Boone. And if that's the case, say that's the case, right? Don't make it sound like you're saving this region. And, like I said, I don't know the inner works of the region, but you're pushing out an alliance and you're literally counterproductive towards what your whole goal was, or what you claim your goal is, right? Because now you push this whole alliance into a new region after burning them out of there. Like, what about this makes any sense? What about this ticks in anybody's head? And to elaborate more on what I said earlier, so apparently they gave them a 4-hour time period, right, to kick this. What I want to tell you is an R4. So or have them leave. So you would have to wait 4 hours to make sure that the R5 was able to come online. 1, people work. 2, people sleep. And 3, I'm pretty sure they said in English chat that Tier had problems or he was handling stuff IRL and these guys were unwilling to cooperate. And they themselves literally say in this screenshot, oh, I can't, I am petty, just because he's willing to ruin this whole region over one person insulting him. Another thing, an hour after they gave the ultimatum, right? And I have a screenshot of where they gave the ultimatum, and then you can see the time period, right? Where they gave them 4 hours. They literally start node knocking these guys an hour after it. And then people are, then the guy, I guess, who insulted them was like, oh, you know, if you guys are node knocking us, you guys must not want buffs, right? And then they start saying, oh, he threatened to not give us buffs, so now we're going to come up mid. And they started burning them within like an hour, I'm pretty sure, burning their towers down. Like, what about that like makes even any sense, right? The ultimatum itself was already stupid, but then you start burning towers, or you start node knocking, like, for no reason, right? An hour later, and then you start burning towers because they're like, what the heck? Why are you hitting our nodes? You probably don't want buffs over that then, right? And I tell you guys all this because I want you guys to know what actually happened, why this unfolded, and why this whole fight started, and why Boone even intervened, right? And then please tell me that H&B was coming to save this region, right? Like, I literally can't get over the fact that these guys constantly do this stuff. They go around telling people that Boone are bad guys who were coming in to terrorize the region or push an alliance out. In what world are Boone coming in to push an alliance out when they literally came with the goal of saving these guys? I also want to note, by the way, I didn't have a lot of footage for this because I was going on a 4-hour ride to the dentist there and back. So I was very busy this day. I didn't get a lot of footage. So I will be showing I will be showing screenshots in like long length areas because I don't have enough footage to actually do this video and talk about all of it. I want to tell you guys just now, right, that I am biased, okay? Like, H&B has gone to the point where they've just lied about me, twisted the facts themselves, and just completely slandered me and tried to paint me as a bad guy. So I do not feel a lot of remorse here about doing a video like this where I am just calling them out, because I think that these guys have kind of gone too far. I think trying to paint yourself as vigilantes and then you're doing all this stuff, saying that you're going to boycott the game. You never boycott the game. I literally see a ton of H&B players here with the dragon that you spend $600 to get. How are you telling me you're boycotting the game? How are you trying to call me a liar? How are you doing this stuff and saying that you're planning to defend regions and that all these other alliances are on board with you when they're clearly not boycotting? They're clearly doing their own stuff, right? And I'll talk about that in a minute. But this is insane that players have gotten to this point. Players just feel like, I don't even know. I'll tell you guys my issue right here, and the reason I've even felt like doing this video isn't even the fact that these guys were in itself doing this, right? But it's the fact that these guys have gone on, interviews, right? They've completely slandered me, lied about me, twisted their facts, right? Twisted their own facts and said, oh, yeah, what we said before wasn't actually true, so that means that Panda's a liar. But these guys not only did all that, they made what I said a reality in the first video, right? Because they just invaded this region. They made that all a reality. And they have been telling everybody that their intention is to defend regions, stop new players, whatever, right? This isn't that. This isn't even that. And why are you going around telling people all this stuff if you're actually just going to go invade regions? I mean, if you're going to do that, but don't say it's not the case. I know this is a long tirade, by the way, guys, and I'm sorry for, just screaming at you guys, but it's crazy to me, right? When you're doing this stuff, you're slandering me, and, it just feels like these guys are very malicious, and, it's super frustrating, right? When you're making such a big announcement about boycotting the game and all this stuff, you would take it seriously, right? Like, you're expecting people to take you seriously, and when people take you seriously and are, even critical of you, you're going to call anybody who's critical of you a hater, or just be like, oh, you guys must like the immigration event then. Like, what is wrong with you guys acting like this and trying to harass players, harass me for simply pointing out stuff that I found like discrepancies with? So before I get into the 131 stuff and all that, I will let you guys know my knowledge is limited to what people had told me. I was not awake for when all this kind of went down, but I will be using receipts that I'd gotten from sort of both parties. I'd kind of gotten one message relayed from ROK, one message relayed from DHX, and I also talked to, 131 and all that kind of stuff, right? But what they said was that I guess some DHX players had come for top commander. I'm not completely sure if they allowed it or if they were like, okay, that's fine. I'm assuming at the very least that they said, okay, you're good to come and, participate in our top commander. But I guess what ended up happening is 102 came in and they wanted to kill these guys who came from 96 because I guess they saw DHX players there and that's why they attacked. But it's not as simple as that. I want to make sure I convey everything completely. So apparently one of the people from DHX who had come here, from what I understood or what I was told and what was conveyed to me, was a player who I guess had insulted people from ROK in the past and had insulted their, family members, mothers or whatever. And that kind of was the catalyst for why they wanted to come here, right? So they say, I started this war for a reason. I don't bother anyone. I'm going to attack DHX BB or bye-bye, whatever, only guy, to move the area. And I guess he was a former family member. And after moving to DHX, he insulted his wife, this person's wife and parents. And I guess that's what made them want to attack this guy and want to come target this guy. And if that is true, I will say, I don't completely blame the guy. It still is unfortunate when you kind of consider that this region isn't like, they aren't at fault. You know what I mean? They aren't at fault for any of this. So it's like they're kind of caught in the crossfires. And it's like, what the heck am I supposed to do given this situation? I will say that I do take this with, I wouldn't say a grain of salt, but I do take this information very lightly, kind of given the track history that I think not DHX, ROK would have with me, right? And it's not with me personally, but there's a lot of stuff that I know personally. And I'll share a few screenshots so you guys can kind of get why I feel how I feel. And I will say, and I will reconvey, that my main problem with all this isn't because of them actually doing it, but it's the fact that, HMB has made this big statement. They've said that DHX, HMB, ROK are all in on this boycott and whatnot, right? And from what I have seen or whatever so far, it doesn't seem like that, just given that ROK is, has ROKI in region 326, I think. I'll show it in a second. So from all I know and what I was told, so I can't actually confirm if this is completely true, these guys are in 326, right? And the thing is, I've been told that they have not allowed people, or at least natives, to farm resources or whatever. They're not allowed to farm, etc., right? And given that they're supposed to be in on this boycott, one, starting this alliance here is already super weird. But then two, it's like under your rulership, I don't think that these guys should really be suffering. And in all fairness, I don't actually believe the boycott. Like, in all honesty, I've seen so many people running around with their dragons from HMB, ROK, DHX, right? And I just do not believe that these groups are boycotting. But my main issue is that everybody's been claiming that they're boycotting and they've said that they're going to boycott, but nobody actually has. And that is one of my main concerns. And that's one of my main qualms about all this. I don't care if I get harassed for this video. I do not care if these guys come to Region 1 to attack me or burn me or try to, just because they don't like my opinion. This is my opinion, and burning me or invading my region doesn't make anything I've said less true. And guys, let me just tell you, I would love to accept an apology from these guys and be like, oh, thank you guys for taking accountability, accepting the fact that you guys were wrong, and you're just spreading misinformation and lying and slandering me. I don't think that these guys are able to own up to this, and it's crazy because this is a game, and I don't know why pride is such an issue for a lot of these players. But to continue about ROK, I do want to share two screenshots that just kind of convey how I feel. To be completely fair, I want to make sure to note that this is before the whole immigration event, okay? But the fact that these guys, Big Tiger or whatever, was willing to threaten to invade a region over a freaking island. He was willing to threaten to invade a region over island, right? And come burn them down or attack them is insane to me. And it just doesn't make me feel the sincerity that these guys are kind of putting out and making it sound like, oh, we want the best for the community. And, having these guys joining you, I just don't understand how you're willing to invade regions or threaten to invade regions. And then you're willing to join a boycott, which protects regions, right? Like, it just doesn't add up to me. And guys, to finish this video off, I just want to thank you guys for always being so supportive. And even with the recent ordeals, right? Because, I don't care if these guys want to harass me over this. I don't care if they want to come burn me down or burn my region. At the end of the day, coming and attacking me isn't really going to make my words any less true. I think people just need to own up and just admit when they've either just kind of been wrong or anything, right? I think when you kind of openly been willing to go on a slander campaign against me, right, and completely spread lies, you've kind of opened yourself up to even more criticism. And I think these videos that I'm making, and this video right now, is extremely valid due to said fact. Either way, I think I conveyed most of the main points that I kind of wanted to get off here. And in this video, I hope that I don't have a visit tomorrow, okay? I don't see a hitman at my door, but you never know, guys, okay? I do appreciate you guys as always for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy, and you guys have a great day or night, though, and you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section about all this, you know? And yeah, you guys, peace out.